The Senate will come to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Senators Bridges, Buckner, Coleman, Cook, Coram, Danielson,
Morning.
Donovan, Fields, Gardner, Janal, Gonzalez, Hansen, Hinrichsen, Heisey, Holbert, Jaquez Lewis, Kirkmeyer,
Excused.
Kolker, Lee, Liston, Lundin,
Excused.
Moreno, Pedersen,
Here.
Priola, Rankin, Rodriguez, Scott,
Here.
Simpson, Smallwood, Sonnenberg, Story,
Here.
Winter, Woodward, Zenzinger, Kirkmeyer. Mr. President.
Here. The morning roll call is 34 present, 0 absent, 1 excused. We have a quorum. Will the good senator from Carbondale please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Thank you, Mr. President. Will members and guests please join together for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the journal, Senator Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the reading of the Journal of Monday, April 4th, 2022 be dispensed with and the journal be approved as corrected by the Secretary.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. Senate Services.
Correctly printed, Senate Bills 194 and 195. Correctly engrossed, Senate Bills 2, 120, 162, and 167. Correctly re-engrossed, Senate Bills 118, 127, 147, and 148. Correctly revised, House Bill 1043, 1139, 1224, 1237, 1255, and 1270. Correctly re-revised, House Bill 1016, 1018, 1072, 1108, 1118, 1156, 1162, 1208, 1214, 1231, and 1247. Correctly enrolled, Senate Bill 32, 143, and 152.
Committee reports.
April 4th, 2022, the Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. Senate Bill 173 be amended as follows, and as so amended, be referred to the Committee on Finance with favorable recommendation. April 4th, 2022, Committee on Business, Labor, and Technology, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following. House Bill 1222 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, and with a recommendation that be placed on the consent calendar.
Third reading of bills. Consent calendar. Will the clerk please read the titles to all the bills on the consent calendar?
House Bill 1224, Representative Tipper and Soper, Senator Gonzalez, concerning theft of public benefits. House Bill 1270, Representative Woodrow, Senator Priola, concerning measures related to changing name-based criminal history record check to name-based judicial record check in the Colorado Revised Statutes. House Bill 1237, Representative Robertson Will, Senators Rankin and Donovan, concerning county court judges in western Colorado. Senate Bill 162, Senators Zenzinger and Kirkmeyer, Representatives Woodward and Lynch, concerning the modernization of the terminology used in the Colorado Revised Statutes relating to the organization of Colorado state governmental agencies without altering the status of the powers assigned to those agencies pursuant to the Administrative Organization Act of 1968. House Bill 1255, Representatives Ortiz and Bradfield, Senators Zenzinger and Kirkmeyer, concerning measures to improve post-secondary education outcomes for students with a disability. House Bill 1139, Representative Geithner and Hooten, Senators Bridges and Heisey, concerning prohibiting a unit owners association of common interest community from regulating the use of a public right-of-way.
Majority Leader Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for the passage of all the bills on the third reading consent calendar, which includes House Bill 1224, House Bill 1270, House Bill 1237, Senate Bill 162, House Bill 1255, and House Bill 1139.
Is there any discussion on any of the bills? Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just wanted to very quickly comment on House Bill 1255. This was a bill that was unanimous out of committee, and but it's too good of a bill just to let it pass on consent without saying one or two things about it. This bill requires no appropriation, but yet the value of this bill is significant because for the first time we are going to actually start tracking our students with disabilities that attend post-secondary education institutions. We're going to start looking at and tracking the number of students with a disability who are enrolled in college. We're going to start tracking and looking at what kind of accommodations, supports, and services that students with a disability have. And we're going to also look at retention and credential completion of students with disabilities. Literally for the first time in our state. We're going to make it intentional. And not only that, but we are also creating an advisory committee so that we can very specifically look at the improvements that could be made in higher education for students with a disability. So members, I'm just very pleased that we are, that this bill has gotten this far and that we are making students with a disability a priority in our state in all settings, educational settings, including post-secondary education. Thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion is the passage of all the bills on third reading of bills consent calendar. Are there any no votes? Senator Smallwood.
Good morning, Mr. President. I'd like to be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1224 and House Bill 1139.
Senator Smallwood will be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1224 and House Bill 1139. Minority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Mr. President. I think all of us who don't live in Parker would like to be recorded as no votes on 1224 and 1139.
Thank you, Minority Leader Holbert. I think all of us who don't live in Parker would be a lot of us. Minority Leader Holbert will be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1224 and House Bill 1139. Senator Liston.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I'm glad that I don't live in Parker. No offense. But I would like to be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1139 and 1224. Thank you.
Senator Liston will be recorded as a no vote on House Bill 1224 and House Bill 1139. With a vote of 31 ayes, 3 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1224 is passed. Co-sponsors, Majority Leader Moreno, Senators Henriksen, Rodriguez, Hansen, Buckner, Lee, Winter, please add the President. With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1270 is passed. Co-sponsors, Majority Leader Moreno. With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1237 is passed. Co-sponsors. Senators Gonzalez, Lee, Simpson, Rodriguez, Kolker. With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, Senate Bill 162 is passed. Co-sponsors. With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1255 is passed. Co-sponsors, Minority Leader Holbert, Majority Leader Moreno, Senators Kolker, Gonzalez, Buckner, Winter, Janal, Rodriguez, Fields, Henriksen, Bridges, Jaquez Lewis, Simpson, Heisey, Liston, Sonnenberg, Woodward, Priola, Smallwood, Rankin, Donovan, Cook, Quorum, Gardner, Danielson, Scott, Story, Pedersen. Please add the president. With a vote of 31 ayes, 3 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1139 is passed. Co-sponsors, Majority Leader Moreno, Senators Gonzalez, Sonnenberg, Jaquez Lewis, Hanson, Buckner, Story, Henriksen, third reading of bills, final passage. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 167?
Senate Bill 167, Senator Janal, Representative Duran, concerning removing the exemption for greyhound breeders from the Pet Animal Care and Facilities Act.
Senator Janal.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move Senate Bill 167 on third reading and final approval.
Is there
Final passage.
any discussion?
It's an equity bill.
That's a great discussion. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of Senate Bill 167. Are there any no votes? Senators Sonnenberg, oh, Smallwood, Priola. With a vote of 31 ayes, 3 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, Senate Bill 167 is passed. Co-sponsors, Majority Leader Moreno, Senators Winter, Bridges, Kolker, Jaquez Lewis, Buckner, Lee, Pedersen, Zenzinger, will the clerk please read the title to House Bill 1043?
House Bill 1043, Representatives Pico, Senators Heisey and Janal, concerning motor vehicles that operate on the roadway with fewer than 4 wheels in contact with the roadway and in connection therewith, making an appropriation.
Senator Heisey.
Thank you, Mr. President. My co-prime and I would like to move House Bill 1043 on third reading and final passage.
Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the motion is the passage of House Bill 1043. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, House Bill 1043 is passed. Co-sponsors. Senators. Minority Leader Holbert. Gardner. Cook. Liston. Smallwood. Simpson. I got you, Gardner. Bridges. Senator Gardner again. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 2?
Senate Bill 2 by Senators Janal and Starry, Representatives Cutter and Will, concerning increasing the resources available for fire protection services provided by volunteer and seasonal firefighters and in connection therewith making an appropriation.
Senator Janal.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move probably one of the most important bills that we could do for our firefighters, wildland firefighters, volunteer firefighters, and firefighters in general. Senate Bill 002, which comes out of the Wildfire Matters Review Committee, and it helps the fire districts and departments meet the challenges of wildland fires in Colorado. And it provides more funding, especially to those volunteer fire departments and the wildland firefighters, with equipment, with training, and also it does provide mental health services, which they so badly need and do not get right now. So I will hand it over to my co-prime senators from Conifer.
Not from Parker. Senator Story.
Not from Parker.
Thank you, Mr. President. As my co-prime just mentioned, this is one of our most important bills that we can pass for our firefighters who work every day to protect our properties and lives. The Colorado Fire Service has responded to more than 10,000 wildland and wildland-urban interface fires in just the past couple of years. The 3 largest fires in our history have occurred in the past 2 years, and the very most destructive fire in our history happened a few months ago, the Marshall Fire, in the middle of winter. There are about 15,000 career and volunteer firefighters in Colorado working from over 300 individual fire departments. And I want to share a few more statistics with you. 78% of our fire stations do not have backup power source, like a generator. 44% of our fire stations are more than 40 years old. That number's doubled since 2010. And about 50% of our engines are more than 15 years old. In less than 25 years, we've lost 35 firefighters to fatalities, and more than 6,000 firefighters have been injured on the job, and this doesn't include cancer. This bill will make a difference in all of these areas to our volunteer fire departments and our volunteer firefighters. And we would very much appreciate your support on 022, Senate Bill 2. Additionally, you should know that the Colorado Professional Firefighters are supporting this effort, as well as the Colorado State Firefighters Association and all of the Fire Chiefs Association here in Colorado. We urge your support as well.
The motion is the passage of Senate Bill 2. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 no, 0 absent, 1 excused, Senate Bill 2 is passed. Co-sponsors. Senators Majority Leader Moreno, Henriksen, Fields, Kolker, Gonzalez, Buckner, Lee, Winter, Hansen, Fields, Pedersen, Danielson, Cook, Woodward, Priola, Rankin, Coram, Kirkmeyer, Liston, Jaquez Lewis, Simpson, Heisey, Sonnenberg, Bridges. Please add the president. Donovan. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 120?
Senate Bill 120, Senators Janal and Corum, Representative Sullivan, concerning the regulation of carbon processors and in connection therewith making an appropriation.
Senator Corum.
Thank you, Mr. President. We move Senate Bill 120 on third reading and final passage.
Is there any discussion? Senator Corum.
Actually, I would like to comment on something I just witnessed here. I think it's the good senator from Fort Collins Day here on thirds. But the most amazing thing, Senator Story proved that you can be two places at the same time. I'm impressed. Ask for an aye vote.
The motion is the passage of Senate Bill 120. Are there any no votes? Senators, Minority Leader Holbert. Sonnenberg. With a vote of 32 ayes, 2 noes, 0 absent, 1 excused, Senate Bill 120 is passed. Co-sponsors. Senators Lee, Buckner, Winter, Priola, Gonzalez, sorta. General orders, second reading of bills. Senator Gonzalez.
Gracias, Presidente. I move the Senate resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for consideration of general orders. Second reading of bills. Second reading of bills.
You have heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no? The ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. The Senate will resolve itself into the Committee of the Whole for the consideration of the general order, second reading of bills, and Senator Gonzalez will take the chair.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Godspeed.
Hope so.
Help yourself to some goldfish.
All right, y'all. The committee will come to order and the court rule is relaxed. Ms. Cole, will you please read the title to Senate Bill 004?
Senate Bill 004, Senators Rankin and Bridges, Representatives McCluskey, concerning measures to support evidence-based literacy instruction for students in early grades.
Appropriations.
Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 4 and the committee reports.
To the Education Committee report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We made significant modifications to this bill, in particular with regard to librarians, and we ask for an aye vote on the committee report. I could go on, but I choose not to.
Any discussion on the Education Committee report? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the Education Committee report. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The aye has it, and that committee report is adopted. Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam Chair. To the appropriations.
An amendment.
Appropriations Committee report first?
I don't think it was one.
Oh, great.
There was one.
There is an amendment at the desk, I believe.
Ms. Cole, will you please read L005 to Senate Bill 4?
L005 by Senators Rankin and
Senator
Bridges.
Rankin.
Madam Chair, I move L005.
To the amendment.
L005 does several things. There was a lot of discussion on the words verification or evidence as we went through the bill discussion. We had actually changed the word evidence to verification. This amendment changes it back to evidence to be consistent with our bill that we passed in 19 about teacher training that required evidence that the training had occurred. So now these words are consistent. There's considerable work with the department to define what evidence is so that the reporting is not overly burdensome. So this clarifies that line. The other parts of the amendment clarify that the training can be online. That is the way that much of the teacher training has been done. And so this abbreviated training for principals and administrators, specialists, can be online. Then further down on the amendment, we changed the word specialist occurs, and these are reading intervention specialists within the system. And there was some discussion that that's not well defined. The reason is that in smaller districts or schools, the specialist may be a teacher who also has other duties, and so that definition was not consistent. So what this amendment does is ask the department, CDE, to investigate and define by rule what the word specialist means in the context of this bill. So that's what the amendment does. It's largely clarification from discussions that went on in quite extensive hearings in the Education Committee. So we ask for a yes vote.
Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to add that by changing verification back to evidence in order to align with, again, the bill that we passed a few years ago regarding teacher training, our expectation is that the evidence here will be treated by the department in the same way as evidence there, and the great work they are doing to streamline that evidence providing process for teachers will be applied to this as well. We're using the same word in hopes that the same processes will be followed by the department. Just want to make sure that is crystal clear about what our intent there is, and I hope we don't have to revisit this again in the future, department folks. I ask for an aye vote.
Any further discussion on L005? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of L005. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it. L005 is adopted. To the bill.
It's already in there. It's already in there.
There is
She's changed.
an amendment at the desk. Ms. Cole, will you please read L006 to Senate Bill 4?
L006.
Senator Zenzinger.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, I move Senate Bill 4, Amendment L006.
To the amendment.
So this amendment was a conceptual amendment that we made in committee, but because it was a conceptual amendment, we have to make it an actual amendment here on second reading. It is regarding the librarian component of the bill, and it is striking the word shall and making is encouraged to. And that is it. Thank you.
Further discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, Senator Rankin.
We consider a friendly amendment and urge a yes vote.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before the body is the adoption of L006. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. L006 is adopted. Seeing no further Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to emphasize how impactful I think Senate Bill 4 is going to be on the lives of folks across our state. We know that that third grade reading score, whether or not you are reading on grade level in third grade, is determinative for outcomes later in life. And the more kids we have on grade level in third grade, the better off all of our Colorado students will be. They will lead fuller lives, the better our economy will be. This is a critical addition to what we are already doing in our schools to address this, and I ask for an aye vote.
Senator Rankin.
Mr. Chair, I always love to talk about this bill. In 2012, the legislature actually put the science of reading in law. And at that time, it said our teachers needed to be trained, should be trained in the science of reading. However, up until 2019, it's pretty much, I won't say ignored. Some districts used the grant program and did a wonderful job of training and getting ready for this. But in 2019, we voted unanimously. Every person in the legislature voted for the bill, which added accountability to it and actually said that the small amount of money outside of the formula would be distributed based on schools getting ready, training their teachers. Interestingly enough, we also passed a parallel bill that said higher education should prepare teachers before they get into the system, which both of these bills have been very impactful. The universities have really picked up on it, and the teachers coming out, unfortunately, we don't have enough teachers coming out of our university system, but those that do are missionaries for this. The schools that have done it believe in it. I had a reading specialist the other day tell me that teaching whole language, which is the alternative, is not just wrong, he believes it's malpractice compared to teaching using the science of reading. So this is really catching on. The primary requesters for this bill are teachers who want their principals and their specialists to know what they're doing. They want it to be a team effort. So that's what this bill is about. It simply expands the requirement, the encouragement, the reward from teachers to the whole team. So encourage a yes vote.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 004. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senate Bill 004 is adopted. Ms. Cole, will you please read the title to Senate Bill 051?
Senate Bill 051, Senator Hansen, Representative Sirota, concerning policies to reduce emissions from the built environment.
Senator Hansen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 51, as well as the T&E Committee report, the Finance Committee report, and the Appropriations Committee report on second reading.
That's a lot of reports. Let's go to T&E.
All right. Thank you, Madam Chair. I couldn't agree more. We've made it through the three committees. We'll start with T&E. Relatively straightforward set of changes that we made in that committee that really improve the definitions of the equipment which we are covering in the bill. This is heat pumps, both hot water heater heat pumps as well as for heating and cooling of homes and businesses, and would appreciate the adoption of the T&E committee report.
Any further discussion on T&E? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the Transportation and Energy Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Heavy engagement this morning on this.
Those opposed say no. The ayes have it, I guess. And the Transportation and Energy Committee report is adopted. To the Finance Committee report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members in the Finance Committee, we did some tightening on the language around the tax credits. We wanted to make this as seamless as possible for consumers as they look at using this type of technology, and I urge your support of the Finance Committee report.
Is there further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the Finance Committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and the Finance Committee report is adopted. To the Appropriations Committee report, Senator Hansen.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And third, but certainly not least, is the Appropriations Committee report, where we made a small appropriation for the Department of Revenue to be able to implement the tax credits as proposed in the bill.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before the body is the adoption of the Appropriations report. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. That report is adopted from the Appropriations Committee as well. There is an amendment at the desk. Ms. Cole, will you please read L008 to Senate Bill 51?
Amendment L008 by Senator Hansen, amend printed bill, page 1 after line 1, insert section 1 in Colorado Revised Statutes.
Senator Hansen.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. And members, I move L008.
To the amendment.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, L008 is the result of a lot of conversation over the last week about how to streamline the process of identifying which clean building materials or low emission building materials are eligible for the sales tax abatement, which we propose in the bill, and basically have set up a process here which builds off of the resources we put in place in House Bill 1303 from last year. And so in my steady efforts to make sure we're not adding extra head count when it's not needed, this amendment would allow us to complete the work of the bill without needing extra FTE, and I urge the adoption of L008.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before the body is the adoption of L008 to Senate Bill 51. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. L008 is adopted. To the bill, Senator Hansen.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, members, for working through those committee reports and the one amendment I had for you this morning. Just in brief, Senate Bill 51 is focused on increasing the use of low-emission building products, things like green concrete, recycled steel, things that we make right here in Colorado that support great-paying jobs in the state. The bill in the second half is really focused on electrifying heating and cooling systems and improving the adoption of ground source and air source heat pump technology, which has great promise, I think, to help reduce emissions in the state, as well as lower costs for consumers. And so I urge your support of Senate Bill 51.
Further discussion? Senator Heisey.
Thank you, Madam Chair. It occurs to me while I'm listening to us debate this and likely put it into law that are we going to have one standard here, and does it conflict with the LEED standard should someone be wanting to build a LEED certified building?
Senator Hansen.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and Senator, thank you for that question. I see this as highly complementary to the LEED process. If you go for LEED Gold, Platinum, et cetera, you get additional credit by using high efficiency heating and cooling systems. And Senate Bill 51 would make that even easier for commercial building owners as well as residential. So I see this as very complementary to the LEED process.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 51. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senate Bill 51 is adopted. Ms. Cole, will you please read the title to Senate Bill 22-107?
Senate Bill 107, Senator Gardner, Representative Steiner, concerning the creation of a Pikes Peak International Hill Climb special license plate.
Senator Gardner.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 107 and the Appropriations Committee report.
To the Appropes report.
Thank you. Senate Bill 107 is a license plate bill requiring an appropriation, and that is what the Appropriation Committee report does. I ask for an aye vote.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before the body is the adoption of the Appropriations report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Y'all. Opposed, no. The aye has it, and the Appropes report is adopted. There is an amendment at the desk. Ms. Cole, will you please read L001 to Senate Bill 107?
L001 by Senator Gardner.
Senator Gardner.
Thank you, Madam Chair. L001 changes a couple of words in the effective date. The Department of Revenue had some concern about meeting the deadline as stated in the bill, so this is to accommodate them, and therefore I ask for an aye vote on L001. I move L001 if I haven't already.
There you go. All right. L001 has been moved. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of L001 to Senate Bill 107. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Enthusiastically, L001 is adopted. To the bill, Senator Gardner.
Thank you. With that, members, this is the license plate bill commemorating the 100th running of the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. This is clearly the most important license plate bill that I have ever run, with the exception of the other most important license plate bills I've ever run. I ask for an aye vote.
Further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 107. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and Senate Bill 107 is adopted. To Ms. Cole, will you please read Senate Bill 130?
Senate Bill 130, Senators Rankin and Henson, Representative McCluskey, concerning the authority for state public entities to enter into public-private partnerships for public projects.
Senator Hansen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 130 as well as the BLT Committee report and the Appropriations Committee report.
To the BLT report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, we made some technical adjustments in BLT to help implement a P3 office for the state of Colorado. We've placed it in the Department of Personnel Administration. And I think this will create a lot of innovative cost savings for the state, and made some small adjustments in BLT and urge your support of the committee report.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before the body is the adoption of the BLT report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. The BLT report is adopted. To the Appropes report, Senator Hansen.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. In appropriations, we allocated just around $1 million for this effort. I think this will be a a great investment for the state because I think it will drive considerable savings across a number of areas of state government, but these are the administrative and implementation costs that are needed at DPA, and I urge your support of the Appropriations Committee report.
Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the Approps report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Ayes have it, and that Approps report is adopted. To the bill. Senator Rankin.
We ask for a yes vote on Senate Bill 130, and we have to move the bill.
No, it's done.
I think the perspective of this bill is it adds an element of private oversight and private involvement in some of our projects, which we know from experience in our state and others leverages the state's authority and the state's ability to do certain projects. So this bill basically expands that authority beyond CDOT and higher education to include other departments. So we feel it has great potential and ask for a yes vote.
Senator Hansen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And just one closing comment on Senate Bill 130. If you would like to support expanded child care options for our state workers across the state, this is a great bill to support because inside of Senate Bill 130, we are going to be significantly expanding child care options by using a P3 structure, state square footage, so meaning close by to where our state workers are officed, but with private providers to significantly increase the number of child care spots. And that, I think, is another big advantage of Senate Bill 130, and I urge your support.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 130. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it. Senate Bill 130 is adopted. Ms. Cole, will you please read the title to Senate Bill 133?
Senate Bill 133, Senators Winter and Priola, Representative Esgar, concerning the provision of security by the Colorado State Patrol for certain elected officials.
Senator Priola.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 133 and the committee reports from State Affairs and Appropriations.
To the SVMA report. Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. In State Affairs, we basically allow the 3 constitutional offices to have up to 80 hours of protection and also established a clear guideline and process for protection for all legislators. And I encourage a yes vote.
Is there any further discussion on the SVMA committee report? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the SVMA committee report. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it. That committee report is adopted. To the Appropriations Committee report, Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We simply made the appropriation in the Appropriations Committee, and I encourage a yes vote.
Is there any further discussion on the Appropriations report? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of the Approps report. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and that report is adopted. To the bill, Senator Priola.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, I ask for an aye vote on Senate Bill 133. It will ensure the additional security for all constitutional officers as well as a better process for legislators. Ask for an aye vote.
Seeing no further discussion, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 133. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. The ayes have it, and Senate Bill 133 is adopted. Ms. Cole, will you please read the title to Senate Bill 158?
Senate Bill 158, Senator Donovan, Representative McCormick, and Will, concerning support for Species Conservation Trust Fund projects and in connection therewith making an appropriation.
Senator Donovan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 158.
To the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Colleagues, Senate Bill 158 is an annual bill where we bring sunshine into the government process of asking for permission to invest dollars and saying how we're going to spend that money. This fund was originally established in the late 90s, I believe, and we, even with the work we did on the severance tax spending a number of years ago. That bill just kind of changed the structure of how we spend it. This bill is still a bill that we have to run to authorize how we are going to spend that money. And so this year, just to let you guys know a little bit of where these dollars are going, we will be looking at investing in the Platte River and protecting the whooping crane, the pallid sturgeon, and the piping plover. Down on the Colorado River, we have a handful of fish that we continually watch out for, including the pike minnow, the bony tail, the razorback sucker, and the humpback chub. They also are the species that we focus on with our selenium management practices. And in the Rudai Reservoir, we also have some money there for that same set of fish to protect their spawning habitat. Why spend this much money on endangered and threatened species besides the fact that we just really invest and take care of our wildlife in Colorado? A lot of this work prevents more significant dominoes from falling. So, for example, if we can keep the selenium levels at appropriate levels in the Gunnison Basin and the Colorado River, then we can keep the historic uses of water in place. If those selenium levels ever got too high, there could be a scenario where we would be forcing ranchers to not use their water and put it back in the river, which would have those domino effects. So a bill that sometimes doesn't always get discussion at the mic, but I think this is one of those where the secondary and tertiary impacts are as important as the primary function of making sure that we're taking care of species across the state. And I hope that today you will support Senate Bill 158 moving forward.
Thank you so much, Senator Donovan. Any further discussion on Senate Bill 158? Seeing none, the motion before the body is the adoption of Senate Bill 158. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and Senate Bill 158 is adopted. Majority Leader Moreno.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
The motion is to rise and report. All those in favor say aye. Opposed, no. The ayes have it, and we will rise and report. Where are we? Oh, I grabbed the wrong script. Okay.
The Senate will come to order. Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Madam President. The committee has met and considered several bills. Ms. Cole, will you please read the report?
Madam President, your committee of the whole begs leave to report it has had under consideration the following attached bills, being the second reading thereof, and makes the following recommendations thereon. Senate Bill 4 as amended, Senate Bill 51 as amended, Senate Bill 107 as amended, Senate Bill 130 as amended, Senate Bill 133 as amended, Senate Bill 158 passed on second reading and ordered, engrossed, and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage.
Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for adoption of the report.
The motion is the adoption of the Committee of the Whole report. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, the Committee of the Whole report is adopted. Senate Bill 4 as amended, Senate Bill 51 as amended, Senate Bill 107 as amended, Senate Bill 130 as amended, Senate Bill 133 as amended, Senate Bill 158 passed on second reading and ordered engrossed and placed on the calendar for third reading and final passage. Consideration of House amendments. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 158? 103. Apologies, correction. Will the clerk please read the title to Senate Bill 103?
Senate Bill 103, Senator Gonzalez, Representative Tipper, concerning a remedy for improperly entered guilty pleas.
Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the Senate concur with the House amendments to Senate Bill 103.
Senator Gonzalez, please tell us about the amendment.
Thank you, Madam President. The House moved an amendment to ensure that the bill was narrowly focused to address the collateral immigration consequences of a guilty plea, and I ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion? The motion is that the Senate concur with House amendments to Senate Bill 103. Are there any no votes on concurrence? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, that motion is adopted. Senator Gonzalez.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for the repassage of Senate Bill 103.
The motion is the repassage of Senate Bill 103. Minority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, I want to point out that I was a co-sponsor on the bill when it left the Senate. I've looked at the House amendments, and I think the important consideration for me, and I would ask you to take it into your consideration, is that this is not strictly just about immigration. This could very easily be someone who is who has improperly entered a guilty plea, and that could lead to losing his or her Second Amendment rights or other rights. For that reason, I will still be a yes on this bill. I note that it was, I believe, partisan, along partisan lines in the House. I understand that some might view this strictly as immigration. I do not. I think it's important that we consider that anyone who might be subject to an improperly entered guilty plea should not improperly lose their constitutional rights, and I will be a yes vote. Thank you.
Further discussion. The motion is that the Senate the motion is the repassage of Senate Bill 103. Are there any no votes on repassage? Senators Liston. With a vote of 33 ayes, 1 no, 0 absent, and 1 excused, Senate Bill 103 is repassed. New co-sponsors. Okay. Consideration of governor's appointments consent calendar. Will the clerk please read all the appointments listed on the consent calendar?
Members of the Electric Transmission Authority for a term expiring February 18, 2024, Chris Caskey of Paonia, Colorado, to serve as a representative of the interests of electric utility customers residing west of the Continental Divide, appointed for a term expiring February 18, 2025. Carl Robego of Denver, Colorado, to serve as a representative of expertise in financial matters involving financing major electric transmission projects, appointed.
Majority Leader Moreno.
Thank you, Madam President. I move for the confirmation of all the appointments on the consent calendar, which includes members of the Electric Transmission Authority.
Is there any discussion? The motion is the confirmation of all the points on the consent calendar. Are there any no votes? With a vote of 34 ayes, 0 noes, 0 absent, and 1 excused, all these appointments are confirmed. Message from the governor.
Monday, April 4, 2022, Colorado Senate. Honorable members of the Colorado Senate, pursuant to the authority vested in the office of the Governor of the State of Colorado, I have the honor to inform you that I have approved and filed with the Secretary of State the following acts: Senate Bill 108, altered truck weight documents, approved on Monday, April 4, 2022 at 11:30 a.m. Sincerely, Jared Polis, Governor.
Committee reports.
April 5th, 2022, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1329 be amended as follows, and as so amended be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. April 5th, 2022, the Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1330 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, with the recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. April 5th, 2022, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1331 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with a favorable recommendation, and with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. April 5th, 2022, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1332 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. April 5th, 2022, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1333 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. April 5th, 2022, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1334 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. April 5th, 2022, the Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1335 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. April 5th, 2022, the Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1336 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. April 5th, 2022, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1337 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, and with the recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. April 5th, 2022, the Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1338 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. April 5th, 2022, the Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1339 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. April 5th, 2022, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1340 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. April 5th, 2022, the Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1341 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation. April 5th, 2022, Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1342 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation, with a recommendation that it be placed on the consent calendar. April 5th, 2022, the Committee on Appropriations. After consideration on the merits, the committee recommends the following: House Bill 1343 be referred to the Committee of the Whole with favorable recommendation.
Announcements. Senator Coleman.
Thank you, Madam President. Members, Senate State Veteran Military Affairs Committee will be meeting today at 2 o'clock at the Old Supreme Court chambers to discuss 3 bills: Senate Bill 174, 184, and SCR 001.
Senator Janot.
Thank you, Madam President. The Senate Local Government Committee will be meeting today at 2 o'clock. We will be hearing 3 bills: Senate Bill 164, Senate Bill 159, and Senate Bill 160. We will not be hearing House Bill 1225.
Senator Winter.
Thank you, Madam President. Senate Transportation and Energy will be meeting at 2 p.m. and 3:57. We will be hearing Senate Bill 175 and 193.
Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam President. Tomorrow in the Senate Education Committee, Senate Bill 171 is scheduled. That will be moved to the 14th. That will not be heard tomorrow. It will be moved to the 14th. The rest of the bills, as far as I understand it, will be heard tomorrow according to the schedule. Wanted to make sure everyone had a heads up. Senate Bill 171 will be moving to the 14th. Thanks.
Minority Leader Holbert.
Thank you, Madam President. The Colorado Avalanche still have the highest number of points in the NHL at 104. They play the Pittsburgh Penguins tonight at 5 p.m. Coincidentally, they are in first place just above the Florida Panthers, who have 102 points, and it was the Florida Panthers who the Avalanche defeated in the 94-95 season in the Stanley Cup. Yui Krupp from the right corner, right point, put home the slap shot and won our first Stanley Cup, so maybe we'll see a rematch of the Avs and Panthers. But Avs tonight against Pittsburgh Penguins. They defeated the Penguins Saturday in a fabulous game that I got to go see. And hopefully we'll have the similar outcome this evening. Go Avs!
Next time, bring tickets for the entire class, not just for you. Senator Bridges.
Thank you, Madam President. Let's bring Forsberg back, too, while we're at it. So, I said tomorrow because I'm so excited for Budget Week to be over. I meant Thursday. The Senate Education Committee on Thursday will not be hearing 171. The rest of the bills on Thursday will be heard as they are scheduled to be heard on Thursday. Thank you, members of the Senate.
Further announcements. Majority Leader Moreno.
Thank you, Madam President. Colleagues, for tomorrow, just so you know, we will be barbecuing. So Senator Heisey, bust out that bottle of wine that you brought. We will have a barbecue and we will have food available during the long bill debate. With that, Madam President, I move the Senate recess until 3 p.m. today. Colleagues, you do not need to return. We are simply reading bills across the desk.
The motion is to stand in recess until 1500 today. Seeing no objection, we stand in recess.